Hello and welcome to Spirit World Insights. I'm Jackie, and we are into February of 2023 already. And the energy, it's different. I'm sure a lot of you are picking up on all different types of things. I know I am. And when I asked my guides this morning what type of conversation they wanted to dabble into for their messages, they wanted to talk about money. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump in and see what they have to say. Okay. So, in regards to money, the thing that I'm hearing them say first is that it's important to understand that money is energy. It's no different than a notebook or a telephone or glasses. it's energy that has been manifested by specific many thoughts into a form of matter, okay, in our 3D world. And in the form of money, we have actually conditioned it at this point into a state of not even being almost in matter. I mean, we have coins and bills, but most of the money transactions that we make now are unknown. They're digital. They're in the etheric, non-physical form a lot of the time. And so they want to emphasize that when we are focused on the energy around money, that your thoughts, because it's energy, play a huge part in the give and the take of money. So they remind me that there's always a state of reciprocity. They show me a boomerang, that when you throw a boomerang out, it's always going to come back somewhere. It's going to turn around. And because of that, there's also a karma that goes with it, that what you're putting out is what comes back to you. The law of attraction, of course, is what they're talking about. And the way they're breaking this down is, okay, so imagine long ago, in another lifetime, that imagine that you were a shepherd and you had a specific sheep that meant a lot to you and your family, that this sheep provided a lot of value to your family, but you had taxes to pay. And you tried everything that you could to find another way to get the money for the taxes, but when it came down to it, it was a matter of letting go of your attachment to this sheep. And so you felt incredible disharmony, grief, loss, anger, frustration, annoyance, because this was not the avenue that you wanted to take. And yet you had to do it for the best interest of you and your family. And so you found someone that would buy the sheep to give you the coins, that you would then hold those coins with an energy of annoyance, frustration, grief, sadness, anger, take it down to the tax people in the market, wherever they were, and hand that negative energy in the coins over to them with negative intention, because you were angry that they even wanted it from you to begin with, when all you were trying to do is provide for your family. So in that, there's a lot of negativity, right? There's a lot of negative energy surrounded by that story. So if you think of that sheep as the boomerang, when you throw that sheep out with all that negativity and it comes back to you, it's going to have that same negative energy. So Spirit is saying, what if you were to take the perspective of the sheep and instead of seeing it as a loss, seeing it as an opportunity? So what if the sheep, and we know that the sheep has value, but what if instead of looking at it as it was the only sheep that we would ever own, as an unlimited access, that just because we let go of this one doesn't mean that we won't have another one come back to us at some point. So if you were to look at that sheep with that perspective, that it has this beautiful value and that you're going to pass that value on to a new owner, and look at and see that new owner as receiving a beautiful gift and a beautiful value coming from you, and then seeing the money that the owner gives, or that the new owner gives you for the sheep, as a blessing, and seeing it as gratitude, and then you're carrying that gratitude with you to the market to see the tax people, and then you give that to the unknown. Again, you're giving it to tax people. You don't know who's dealing with it. You don't know whose pocket it's actually going into, what they're going to do with it. There's so many unknowns with that's why I think Spirit is like, it's just going out to the unknown, because that's very similar to what we have now. And they're saying, if you give that out to the unknown with that same gratitude and that same value, love, and limitless perception, that whenever that energy turns around, it's going to come back to you with that same that high vibration. They say it's like rewriting, reprogramming your thought perception over the idea of money, and changing the vibration inevitably into something that will prosper instead of hinder us. Yeah, that's actually because again, now if we take that story and we put it into the now, and what are your thought processes now when you're paying your bills now? Are you angry when you're paying them? When you have to sell something or give something away or work for free, think about the energy from your own thoughts that are going into, this is hitting me, because I need to hear this just as much as you do. Think of your energy that goes into whatever it is that you're, giving, or selling, or paying, right? That when you're able to bring the higher vibration of consciousness into whatever that is creating this transaction, then my guides are saying, know, believe, and big on the believe. Know and believe that what comes back to you in its due time will have that same beautiful vibration to which you just gave out. That's a big shift. It's also, I'm going to say from my perspective, it's not easy, especially when you've been born and raised into families that are lower income, that suffer, that have been conditioned to a negative perspective. That's a big, big shift, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I think it's great advice. It's definitely something that I'm going to really reprogram within me. I hope that this helps you. And thanks for watching. Okay, have a good day. Talk to you next week. Bye.